still here? What's all this, for God's sake?
Well, you haven't given up eating. I thought as I was here, I might as well cook dinner. Hello.
Hello.
It's bœuf bourguignon and courgettes and jacket potatoes.
What the hell have I done to deserve all this?
It's supposed to be the way to your heart. I've tried all the other routes.
Do you want a drink?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, hell. We didn't finish it all last night, did we?
No, it's still
What?
in the bedroom.
Well, I can't afford any more this week. Yubba dubba doo. Hey, that's great.
What?
It's a quarter full. We're okay till Friday. Go get some ice, huh? Scissors. So what are we celebrating?
Celebrating?
Yeah. You don't go to this trouble every night of the week.
I'm not here every night of the week.
I know.
If you want me to go, you must say so.
I never said anything about going.
You never said anything about staying, either. Look, you ought to try a few weeks going to and fro on the bus with your books and your toothbrush. Everything's always in the wrong place. I spend my life going backwards and forwards just to change my clothes. It's bloody tiring and a waste of money.
I may cry.
Is it all right?
Hey, that stew isn't boiling over, is it?
I can help with the rent, too.
I bet you it is.
Then Prue's father won't be able to say you don't pay enough. Aren't I allowed to mention her?
You can do what you want.
Oh, and if I go too far, you'll kick me out? I didn't know I don't forget. It might even help to talk about her. Gavin, please.
Just don't push me is all, okay?
Okay.
Hey, how long before supper?
An hour or so.
Why didn't you phone?
Yeah, I meant to. I should have done.
It's been out. It's water.
Why'd you wait? Thank you.
Would you like some cake? It's homemade.
Yes. Yes, I would. You'll still bother with all that.
Seems to be a habit.
Thank you.
You take her.
No, it's all right. I can manage. She's beautiful, isn't she?
Yes. I told you she was. Gave me a fright.
When?
Snatching her up like that.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I wanted to come before, but it was too soon. Oh, she's grown so much.
They do at this age. Don't you remember?
Have you been?
All right. How about you?
Oh, very well, Grady. Very well.
Last time we spoke, you said you weren't sleeping.
I went to the doctor. Gave her some pills. How are the boys?
Fine.
Ready?
Why don't you visit them and see for yourself?
Yes, yes, I ought to.
But make it sound like a duty. Sorry. They miss you, that's all.
I know. I miss them too.
There. There's a clever girl. All nice and clean. And ready for bed. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Aren't you lovely?
You are right. There is a resemblance.
Be on your best behavior tonight, won't you, pussycat?
I always am.
And he's a useful contact. Could do me a lot of good.
He ever takes time off from peering down my dress.
It's nice to be envied.
You're getting very smug.
I've got a lot to be smug about. How did I ever manage without you?
I can't remember. You muddled through somehow, I expect.
I bet Inge's nervous about tonight, after the meal you served up.
She's probably a very good cook.
But when they came to us, you did your actual cordon bleu. You could see how impressed he was.
I like showing off.
Now, don't get too cocky. Wives are supposed to know their place.
No wonder you didn't want bacon for breakfast. You might have been eating a relative.
Weren't you at the office today?
Everything's under control. I don't think it matters to Rupert if I turn up or not.
Is that good?
It's convenient. Haven't felt so free in years.
But isn't it dangerous? Letting Rupert get too powerful?
Why? He's trustworthy? At least I think he is. Oh, what's it matter? If he isn't, I'll soon find out.
Sounds as if he's in charge.
It's not important.
Would you like another drink?
Yes. Yes, I would. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to see you again, Cass.
Glad you came.
Are you? Really?
Of course. Been worried about you.
But we've never lost touch.
Don't call one lunch in 4 months. Keeping in touch.
I phoned you regularly.
Yes.
And I know what you mean. It's different being here. I think that's why I was afraid to come. I wanted to. I started out many times. I mean, one time I actually got to the end of the lane, but I had to turn back.
Why?
It seems safer. Going back is dangerous. But it's such a temptation.
Know what you mean?
Do you?
Yes, I think so. It's silly, but now you're here, I don't know what to say to you.
I know, but I feel the same. It's been a long time.
Would you like to stay to supper?
Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
Can we have a weekend now?
How do you mean?
Well, now I'm here properly. We never have.
I go see Eve weekends.
Yes, I know you always have, but there's no law about it, is there?
I want to see her. You don't want to hear, do you?
No, I mean, couldn't you go some other time, like maybe one afternoon during the week? Then you and I could have a whole weekend together.
What's so special about a weekend?
I don't know. But other people have them. They always sound nice, as if they ought to be fun.
Yeah, like bank holidays.
Couldn't we try?
You're making it sound like hard work.
Just once.
I'll say this for you, kid. As a diplomat, you're one hell of a good cook.
You!
Okay, I'll go tomorrow.
Oh, thank you.
Pity we didn't think of it earlier. I could have gone tonight.
Not when I'd cooked dinner.
Oh, I'm not hungry anyway.
You bastard!
You were starving.
No, I wasn't.
You've had second helpings of everything.
Well, it was very good. Now, you're not to fuss. I do eat properly. I go out a lot, and sometimes I even cook. Yes, really.
Sometimes you forget.
And sometimes I forget, yes.
You must come to dinner more often, Peter.
I'd like to.
Didn't know you were waiting to be invited.
Oh, I don't know what I was waiting for. To feel different, I suppose.
Now you do?
I feel I've been away too long. It's odd, being a guest in your own house.
This is still your home.
Is it?
You want it to be.
What do you want, Kaz?
I want you to be happy again.
It's an odd thing about living alone. You get used to it. What starts off by being difficult becomes easier.
Yes, I know.
But you're not really alone.
Well, I have Eve, but she doesn't say very much.
But he visits her, doesn't he?
Gavin. Yes, every weekend. He's very conscientious.
He's still living in the flat, I notice.
He's paying you rent, isn't he? It's all he can afford.
After all his boasting, he was going to move out.
I don't think he can bear to leave the memories.
It's not been easy for any of us. Has he tried to interfere
What?
with the baby?
Of course not.
And I should hope not. You ought to be grateful. Have you to do everything for him, look after her, take on that responsibility and let him walk away?
He does all he can.
Yes, but you're here alone with her.
Yes. I do feel that very much sometimes. Supposing something went wrong with her and I'm the only person here. It's odd. At first you resent all that, and then, out of self-defense probably, you get to like it, and finally you don't even want to share anymore because you haven't been allowed to for so long. You become self-sufficient.
Have you?
Not yet.
But I think that's what I've been afraid of. And if I go on like this much longer, I won't need anyone. I mean, sometimes I stay in the flat for days. I don't talk to anybody. I need to be alone, and yet it frightens me. And when I come out, it's such an effort even to speak. I can't say I've missed you, or I've been lonely. Oh, I can't say the right things at all. This is very difficult.
Do you want to come back?
I want to live with you again, before I forget how to live with anyone. If I don't make a move, I miss the last train.
Haven't you got the car?
I don't drive much these days. I found I was getting very absent-minded. I thought I might have an accident. Silly, really.
You worry me when you talk like that.
There's nothing to worry about. Simply take the train. Well, I better be going.
Do you want to come home, Peter?
Yes, I do. I've thought about it a lot. It's just that now I'm here, it all feels so unreal. I think we'll have to take it gradually.
Yes.
If I came back just for weekends at first, would that be all right?
Of course.
I think it might be easier to begin with.
It'll take us time.
It'd be very good.
Don't go back to town tonight. You look tired.
I'd like to stay.
Was a good dinner.
Okay, it was. Now shut up and go to sleep.
So romantic. Where are you going?
Work.
Now?
It's the best time.
I've put Eve in the boys' room. I hope you'll be comfortable.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
I've put the blanket on,
Oh, there's no need.
just to air the bed. Will you be warm enough?
Cass, you mustn't feel I don't.
I know.
But it will be all right. Just give me time.
Yes. Sleep well. Can I get you anything? A drink, another blanket?
No, I'll be fine.
Good night. What made you pick today?
What?
To come home?
I think I was suddenly afraid if I didn't do it now, I never would.
You won't be back late tonight, will you?
I said I might stop over.
Whatever for?
I see little enough of Eve as it is.
She's not going to sit up all night just because you're there.
No, but she's going to wake up early as usual. I'd like to be there when she does.
Does she really know who you are?
Of course she does.
Well, who are you then? Can I see you in the canteen for lunch?
No, I'm going to be in the library.
Oh, Cass.
You slept all right?
I think so. Oh, I suppose I must have done. Well, it's odd being in here.
Brought you some tea.
Thank you.
The perfect hostess is supposed to try her spare room every now and then, just to make sure it's comfortable. I can't believe anyone ever does.
But I tried it for you. It's perfectly comfortable.
Would you like some breakfast? I'll have finished with Eve in a moment, and I could bring you a tray.
No, I just have this. You didn't mind about last night?
No. I think you're right. We'll have to take it slowly. I just thought it might be comforting to be together.
We will be.
I think I've been lonely without realizing it.
Don't worry. It'll be all right.
Yes, of course.
But I need time to adjust, that's all. See, I have to be alone some of the time, you see.
Me too. So there's no problem.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Mein Name ist Frau Roberts. Ich habe eine Verabredung mit Dr. Zimmermann.
Bitte schön.
Well, I see you at the weekend then.
Friday or Saturday?
Not sure. Give you a ring.
Peter,
Yeah?
you will be nice to him, won't you?
Oh, no. Will he be here?
He always is at weekends. Had you forgotten?
Well, can't you get him to call in another time?
Hello?
Is that 3491?
Yes?
I'd like to speak to Gavin.
I'm sorry you've just missed him. Can I take a message?
Yes. Would you ask him to ring me, Cassie?
Cassie? Oh, you must be his mother-in-law.
Yes, that's right.
I'll tell him you rang.
Thanks.
Hi.
What you doing here on a Wednesday?
Was this something I said?
Everyone always assumes I'm in.
Who's everyone? Hey, should I go away and come back?
Why come back? Got what you came for.
Hey, Cassandra, what is all this?
Didn't you get my message?
What message? Hey, maybe we should start over. I tried to phone you
When?
this morning. You were engaged.
It's impossible.
Well, I called. And then I just came on down. Hey, Cassandra, what's happened?
Peter, he's back. Yesterday. just turned up, like you. Oh, he came to see her, not me. We talked, and he wants to come back.
You glad?
Yes, in a way. Sure, he needs to be here. It was very odd, as if he'd forgotten how to talk. I'd like to help him if he'd let me.
Why shouldn't he?
He was very distant. I couldn't get close to him. It made me feel I had to be careful what I said.
How do you mean?
Careful not to upset him. And I was. Very careful. At the same time, I was so angry with him for staying away. I wanted to punish him. Look, I don't know how to behave. Which is why I rang you. I wanted to talk about it.
Here I am.
I want to do the right thing. It's going to make it more difficult for us. It scares me. I'm not sure I can live with him again.
You'd have to try, though, wouldn't you?
Yes, it'd suit you really well. Look, she answered the phone.
Oh, you're not going to start that all over again.
I'm not starting anything. The one I saw you with before? The one on the college steps?
Nope.
Oh, certainly getting through them.
Hey, I didn't know 2 girls in 6 months was some kind of record. I'm sorry. Hey, I didn't want to hurt you. That's the last thing I wanted.
Tried so hard not to be jealous. So unattractive. I know I've got no right to be possessive about you, but I can't help it.
It's not a question of rights.
I don't mind in sharing you. Really. Train myself. Nothing that's so...
No, I'm sorry.
so humiliating.
Don't.
You stay.
No, I'd better not.
Ought to have more sense at my age, oughtn't I?
Oh, don't be bitter. It's got nothing to do with that.
She important. Do you love her?
No. I love you. It's just no good with us anymore. I've been meaning to tell you, but I couldn't. I knew you'd be hurt.
Rather you told me. Waiting and hoping and being disappointed is so much worse.
Cassandra, I'm sorry. I meant everything I said. But since Prue died, it's never been the same. You remind me of her, I guess. Your skin smells the same. It's kind of spooky, like being in bed with a ghost.
She still wins.
What?
She's coming between us.
No. It's just, you remind me of her so much, I can't bear it. You know, after she died, I just wanted her and wanted her till I thought I'd go crazy.
Well, who's this girl?
Oh, she's nobody. She's okay.
That little hard on her.
Well, I told her when we started I don't have any feelings left. If she wants to be around, that's up to her.
Must be in love with you.
Oh, Cassandra, stop bugging me, will you? All I know is she doesn't remind me of Prue.
When I looked out of the window and saw she'd gone, I nearly went out of my mind. When you're not here, I have this dreadful feeling that something might happen to Eve. It's not you I think of then, it's always Prue I imagine having to tell. I actually dream about it.
You tell him about all this.
I have to tell Prue something's happened to her baby, and her reply is always the same. But, Mummy, I trusted you. I couldn't tell him anything. He was trying so hard to be cheerful, like someone who's been let out of hospital who thinks they're cured. Well, how could I spoil all that?
Maybe he'll loosen up later.
The thing that really struck me was he never mentioned Prue's name once. He made a huge fuss over Eve, and he was polite to me and sort of conciliatory. But he never said Prue's name at all. And the odd thing was, he somehow made me feel I couldn't talk about her either. Do you really have to go?
I think maybe I'd better.
Because she's expecting you.
No, I told her I might stop over.
Well then.
Just to sleep. No, you'll only get upset. Say, when's he moving back?
The weekend.
Is that kind of soon?
No reason to wait.
You sleep with him?
No. We didn't feel ready. But we will. Don't tell me you're jealous.
Hey, is he going to start getting all heavy about Eve, do you think?
Yes, I think he probably is.
Hell, just when I won't be here.
What?
I thought maybe I'd skip this weekend.
Oh, yes.
It's not that I want to.
Isn't it?
It's you. I thought she said you were going to stay over.
I only said I might. Listen, if you're going to answer the phone when I'm out, you could at least take a message.
You weren't around.
You knew where I was. It's not far to come.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it important?
Yes, it was.
I'm sorry. I thought as you were going there anyway.
Hey, about the weekend.
Oh, no.
I can't help it. He's going to be there.
Oh, if they made it up.
Yeah, something like that.
Why does that mean you've got to be there? I thought you were trying to avoid each other.
Don't you understand anything? He might try and muscle in on Eve. I told you what he was like with Prue.
What can he do with a baby?
Look, it's closet space you wanted. You should have stayed at home.
Gavin, I can't live out of a suitcase indefinitely.
Who says you're going to be here indefinitely? Now put her clothes back.
She's not going to wear them again. Gavin, she's dead.
Why aren't you dead instead of her?
What's the matter with you last night?
I'm sorry.
You hardly said a word. You didn't seem to be listening half the time.
Yes, I know.
You knew it was important. I need that man's business. I told you.
I don't suppose his decision depends on my charm or my conversation. You're either a good risk
Look,
or
I've got to
you're
make a
not.
success of this job. My father really trusts me for the first time.
You want to impress him.
What's wrong with that?
I'm sorry I let you down.
For God's sake, stop apologizing and tell me what's wrong, you stupid cow. I'm worried about you.
I went to the doctor yesterday. I ran out of pills.
And?
He wouldn't prescribe anymore.
Why not?
He says I've got to come off it for 6 months, but I feel perfectly fine.
He must know what he's talking
I
about.
bet if I shopped around, I could find another doctor to say it's all right. He's just being old-fashioned. Wants my system to get back to normal. But the pill is normal for me. I've been on it since I was 17.
Maybe you need a rest.
I'm going to get a second opinion.
No, we're not taking any risks with your health.
We?
Is that all you were depressed about?
Isn't that enough?
Well, it's annoying, but there are other methods you can use.
Not as safe as the pill.
Very nearly.
You're either pregnant or you're not.
Would it matter if you were pregnant? We're going to have kids sooner or later. Why not sooner? We can afford it.
I didn't know you wanted children. You never said.
No, I just took it for granted, I suppose. Are you saying you don't want them?
I don't know. Certainly not yet.
Aren't you taking a lot for granted, too?
When we got married, you said nothing would change. We'd go on just the same, just as if we weren't married.
I have to say something. You were so anti-marriage.
When you were lying, it was just a trick to get me to marry you.
No.
And you didn't mean it.
I did at the time. I just wanted us to be married. I didn't think very far ahead. Well, you do feel differently after a while, don't you?
Do you?
I can't help it. It's not the same as living together. Of course I want children eventually. You're my wife.
That doesn't mean you own me.
No, of course not.
Well, that's how it sounds, and I don't like it. It's not my idea of marriage.
Christ, it's 11 o'clock.
Hello.
Hello, Kath.
What's happened?
Nothing. I'm on my way. How are you?
Fine.
Good. Well, I'll be on the 5 o'clock.
Shall I meet you?
No, I'll get a cab. How's Eve?
Bored. She's yelling her head off in the garden.
And you better go to her.
I know a bored sound when I hear one.
I'll hang on.
All right. Just to please you. What's all this? Upsetting your grandfather. He's coming to see you today. Have plenty of attention later on. Like that, won't you? Oh, right. You win. Ooh. Who do you remind me of, then? Hmm? Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle.
Hello? She all right?
She's perfectly fine. I've got her right here. Just playing me up and you're encouraging her. Oh, look, I'll have to go.
I'll see you later then.
Fine.
Yeah, oh, Kath,
Yes.
is he going to be there?
No, not this weekend.
Oh, you put him off?
Yes.
Oh, don't get up yet.
I'll miss a train.
You can get the next one. It's the only place we're really happy.
The train?
Bed. This weekend's going to be murder, isn't it?
What's left of it?
Don't let him bully you. Tell him you can pay double the rent. That ought to shut him up. Of course, now he's back, there's only one solution, really, isn't there? We'll have to have the baby here.
I thought you didn't want that.
I never said I didn't want to. I just don't know a thing about babies. I feel stupid with them.
Well, she's a very good baby.
Well, you'd have to tell me what to do. I don't know a thing about feeding them or anything.
I'll fix all that.
All right, all right. You tell them we'll have her here at weekends. Then you won't have to go there anymore.
Look, it just isn't good enough. You can't run away to the office every time we start talking properly. All right, I know you had to go there today, even though it is Saturday, but we've got to talk about this. You can't avoid it. It's important. You're not listening.
What?
Are you all right?
There was a message. My father's had a heart attack.
Cassandra. Is it okay if I come after all?
What? But he's just arriving. You said you weren't coming.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But I think I ought to be there, okay?
All right.
Hello.
Hello, Peter.
I wasn't sure if I should use this or not.
I'm sorry. I was on the phone. Come in.
Thank you.
Have a drink.
Where's Eve?
I've just fed her and she's asleep. I hope. Sherry?
Please. Well, this really feels like a homecoming.
Good.
Didn't the other day. I was actually nervous. Wasn't that absurd? Thank you.
Welcome home.
Oh, Cass, this feels good. I can really relax. I don't know when I last did that. Just you and me and the baby for a whole weekend.
Peter, I'm sorry. I've got to say this now. We've only got an hour. Gavin's coming.
You said he wasn't.
He changed his mind.
Good to see you, Jeff. Freddie. Sarah.
I'm so sorry.
Let me. Come in. I'm sorry I couldn't meet you. I've only just got back from the undertaker's. Come in and have a drink. I'm sure you need one. I've got to go out for an hour. There are one or two problems at the factory. Nothing serious, I hope. Oh, no. How was the flight? You know me. I need a drink.
Don't know why she's so wide awake.
Well, come on then. There we are. She doesn't want to miss anything. Do you, my lovely?
Another drink?
Please. There. How about that? How about that? Thank you. We're bringing out a book about changing direction in middle age. New jobs, new hopes. You know, people who sell up and sail around the world or start a totally new career when other people are thinking of retirement, that kind of thing.
Oh, yes. Should be popular.
But it could apply to us.
Well, how do you mean?
Well, there's nothing to keep us here. This house is too big. It's a lot of work for you. The boys could come and live with us wherever we were. We could live anywhere.
You mean you want us to move?
Yes, why not?
Well, what about the business?
Oh, I think Rupert would buy me out. In fact, I'm damn sure he would.
Well, what would you do for a living?
Oh, something else. You see, that's the whole point. If we sold the house and the business, we'd be free.
Free to do what?
Well, anything at all. We could go to live in Scotland. Try a hand at farming. Remember, on our honeymoon, you said you'd like to live there. Or Cambridge. We could go back there. Open a bookshop. Anything at all.
Are you serious?
Well, don't you like the idea?
I don't know. Have you been thinking about it for long?
No. It's only just occurred to me.
Hi, Cassandra.
Hello, Gavin.
Good evening, sir.
Poor Freddie. He's had the worst of it.
Yes. How long do we have to stay here? I mean, after the funeral. How soon can we go back to the flat?
This is our home now.
What do you think of your granddaughter, sir?
She's wonderful.
Yeah, she's pretty good, isn't she?
What are you doing with yourself these days?
Oh, I'm still at college, sir.
Oh, still down, are you? I won't. I've forgotten how long it can last.
It's only another year, sir.
What do you mean after this year?
1 term and 1 year.
And what will you be then?
PhD, all being well.
Won't that be nice? You might actually start earning money.
I can pay you extra rent now, sir.
Really? Oh. Your grant been increased, has it?
No, I've got a part-time job.
Oh. Won't that interfere with your studies?
If you
No,
two would stop bickering and finish your dinner, I could clear away.
I'll go.
Why don't you carry on eating and I'll go? When I think it necessary. After all, that's what I'm here for. It's good for her to have her own way all the time.
My wife tells me you come here every weekend.
Yeah.
That's very dutiful of you.
It's not a duty, sir. It's a pleasure.
You'll still be able to manage it when we go to live in Scotland. Well, there's nothing to keep us here. We thought we might move right away from it all.
You can't take Eve to Scotland.
But I thought you needed my wife to look after her while you finish your PhD.
I do.
And Eve's place is with my wife, and my wife's place is with me, wherever I choose to live. You would, of course, be welcome to visit us. Whenever you could afford the fare.
She's fine. She's just trying it on. Now, who's for pudding?
Cassandra, you didn't tell me you were thinking of moving house.
I've just been telling him our plans.
Yeah, well, it's funny, really, because I've made plans, too. I meant to tell you, I'm ready to have Eve weekends now.
How will you manage that, all by yourself?
I've made arrangements, sir.
Are they really all gone?
I think Jeff's seeing the last ones off now.
You sure I shouldn't be doing something?
Tired?
Exhausted.
You've done very well.
I'd no idea there'd be so many people.
Well,
All clear. Thank the Lord that's over.
thanks.
It's up to us now.
Yes. I'm assuming you want me to take over in Frankfurt.
I'm counting on you. I'll have my hands full here.
When I think how the old man slaved away for years. Now, just when he could afford to ease up a bit and enjoy life.
Yeah.
What about the flat?
In Frankfurt? You may as well take that over too, if you like it.
What about our things?
I could have them packed and sent on. Save you a trip, unless you especially want to go over.
No, I'll get it this time.
I don't think I've really taken it in yet. How different everything's going to be.
No, it's been a big shock for us all.
Do you know the first thing Barbara said to me?
Barbara?
My sister.
Oh, yes, of course.
Isn't it lucky black suits you? How's that for an insensitive, tactless remark at a funeral? Typical Barbara, though.
I didn't see much of her.
No, she was too busy eating and drinking as much as she could, telling me how lucky I am to have a big house and lots of money, and what a good thing I came to my senses and got married. As if I didn't have any feelings.
I take it you don't get on.
We never have. But there's a sort of gruesome fascination makes us keep in touch. I've often envied you and Jeff getting on so well.
Anyone would get on with Jeff. He's so easygoing. I was so relieved when you two got married. If you'd seen some of the people he went round with in the old days.
Yes, that's what Barbara says about me.
Oh, some of them really took him for a ride.
Really?
Well, you know, Jeff needs someone to lean on. The right sort of person. Dad often said so. He really liked you. Now this has happened, it'll make all the difference to Jeff being married to you.
I'm not sure about that. When you two get together, you seem pretty self-sufficient to me.
Don't you believe it? That's just shorthand. Anyway, if Jeff is more confident, it's all due to you.
I don't see why.
It's obvious, isn't it? Having someone like you to depend on, make a home for him, not running, but just knowing you're there.
That makes me sound awfully passive, as if I don't have a life of my own.
How do you mean?
Don't I have any identity at all?
You're Jeff's wife.
But I'm me as well.
That bastard Samuel's after his pound of flesh, of course. Today of all days, he has to rake up the past.